Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Melinda. I'm the host for the today's conference WYN Womenium Summit 2022. We are in Dubai. So, our speaker Michelle is she is still she is still joining us. So, can you please bear for 2 more minutes? So, and who is here, Tina D. Lewis, the brand ambassador, the global ambassador. Dr. Tina D. Lewis is a brand ambassador, global ambassador of WYN conferences.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Are you guys having a blast? Are you learning something? Are you inspired by the speakers that you have seen thus far? If you are, please hashtag inspired. I'm going to come back later and share something with you, but I see that we have Michelle. She literally just popped in. That's awesome. So I want you to do me a favor. Hashtag inspired on any platform that you're in. You know why? Because that's what WYN is all about. We're about inspiration. inspiration, motivation, encouragement, and giving hope to the women from all over the world. And for the men that are on this platform, the men that are joining us, the men that are supporting us, we say thank you, shukriya. That's thank you in Hindi, right?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your contribution. Simply thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. My name is Dr. Tina D. Lewis. I am blown away. I'm ecstatic. And I am going to turn it over to Melinda because I would love for her to bring in Michelle because her message is going to be riveting. So, Melinda, back over to you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Tina D. Lewis. So, you have come and made this event very bright. Thank you so much for your wonderful presence here in Dubai. So, let's join Dr.
ఇలా అంట తను జాయిన్ అయినా అంటుందమ్మా. తను ఎందుకు స్టేజ్ మీదకి రావట్లేదు?
Hi, Michelle. This is Melinda. I am the host for the 2 days conference WYN Watch Your Network Womenium Summit 2022. Welcome to WIN Conferences. So, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you for getting all this back on.
So I'm so honored that you are a part of this WIN conferences as a speaker. So I'm so excited. So I'm so happy today. We have a very beautiful woman with a wonderful presentation in Dubai physically. Thank you so much. So before you start your presentation, we will play an introduction, beautiful introduction video of yours. So after that, you can start your presentation. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Internationally recognized inspirational speaker, published #1 best-selling author, intuitive leader, wife, and mother who has been stirring audiences and individuals to action through her compelling message of self-leadership, resilience, and living a life of intention. Michelle's infectious presentations and coaching inspire her clients to rise above negative self-talk to reclaim their inner grit. Her fiery spirit and passion drive her to candidly share the key moments that transformed her into the irresistible force she is today. Michelle encourages you to be your best version every day and live unapologetically.
Yes, Michelle, you can start your presentation.
Thank you. So, as you all have seen, well, my name is Michelle Mras, and I'm an executive speaking coach, a podcaster, a TV host, an actress, and a singer. Now, what does all of that come into play with? They all come to play with I'm very good with my voice, my presentation, my basically my influence through voice and body language. So, my talk today is amplify your influence. Now, what is influence? Influence is the capacity to have an effect on someone, a character, the development, behavior of someone, something, or some event. Influence. Now, what is influence to you? So, to me, I believe that being able to amplify your influence is basically what Rosie said in the previous presentation. It's about a mindset of being able to take control of what's going around you. And as one of my favorite people, Byron Katie, says, there's 3 types of business in this world, or 3 types of control in this world. There's my control, the other person's control, and then God's. And what you have in your control is how you present yourself. That's what I'm masterful at. So today I'm talking to you about amplifying your influence, both virtual and live. Now, the virtual will go really quick because I'll cover more of it in the live version of it. But when I'm talking about virtual, let's see. We're all virtual right now. Most of us are on a camera and we're presenting in a square, right? So when you are presenting virtual, you have to keep in mind, no matter what, actually everything you're doing, you have to keep in mind your clothing, the camera level, the lighting in your background. Think about it. When you're on a camera, people are judging who you are by what they see immediately before the microphone ever comes on. So basically, when I came on and no one heard me, you saw me moving my mouth. But was I doing this? No, I was still smiling. Why? Because if you can't see me, you're judging and making decisions on who I am by what you're seeing my face do. Now, I said number 1 was clothing. So let me back up. Is the clothing appropriate? So if you came on and you saw me on the screen and I was wearing a workout t-shirt and I don't know, my bra strap was showing, you would do, who is this woman and why is she on this summit, right? Or if you come onto any networking group or any meeting that you've ever met during COVID where everything went virtual, you come on in your pajamas. That is a mindset shift that people immediately do. Who is this person in those clothes? They apparently don't respect me because they didn't show up. So, clothing, number 1. Is it appropriate? Is it too tight? Is it too loose? Is it a flattering color? I mean, I could be here wearing gray and then fading into the background or whatever. Wear clothing, especially when you're on a screen like this and people can only see certain parts of you, that are appropriate for whatever the occasion is that you are on a virtual call for. Number 2, camera level. We see this a lot. Camera level. I have a desk that moves. But many people get onto cameras and virtual like this and they talk down, right? They're really close and they're talking down and you don't even see their eyes because they're talking down to the camera. What do you feel when you see that? You do, What are they doing? Who are they talking to? And why are they talking down to me? Or worse, they're doing this and they look like a little kid looking up at you. Now, when they're doing this, are you doing that? You look like you're asking permission for the entire call, the entire virtual call. So get your camera level so that you are looking straight at the camera. It's very simple. Level your eyes with the camera, be centered in its frame, and sit up straight. Because if I was sitting over here, you would wonder, why was I avoiding the tree? If I was sitting over here, it was like, why are you off balance? Stay in the center. That's why news anchors on TV stay in the center. It's what our brains are looking for. Center, eyes level. Don't look down at the camera. Don't look up at the camera. Be center. If you have to, put books or something underneath your laptop so that it raises the camera level so you're not looking down. Got it? Number 3, lighting. It could be too bright. I can mess with that. Let's see if I can do that right now. It could be too bright. And then you start looking washed out. It's a harsh office light. And it's not bad, but it's bright and it's unappealing. Or it could be too dark in this room. And then you're like, why is she in shadow? Now, the thing about that is, do you ever notice in movies, the bad guy is always in the dark and the good person is always in the light? So you find a good medium light that keeps you bright, keeps you lit, but not so bright that it looks like you're in a hospital and at a doctor appointment, because then people do, ooh, I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, I don't know if I want to listen to you. So watch your clothing, your camera level, your lighting. Make sure that you've got good lighting on both sides of you so that there isn't a shadow across your face, because then people wonder what's going on. The other thing is, you notice I use my hands a lot. I keep my hands up. Why? Because if you keep your hands down here and you keep talking and your hands are down here, people wonder, what are their hands doing? I mean, that's why when people surrender, they put their hands up. It's because it's the brain's way of saying it's safe. You can trust them. They don't have anything under the table. They're not going to do anything harmful to me. So when you talk on screen, make sure you use your hands every once in a while so that they come above the camera level. Normally on my TV show, I have a show called Mental Shift on TNC and Zandra TV. It's on 6 continents. Go on Roku or Apple and all those streaming shows. If you go to Mental Shift on TNC or Zandra TV, you'll see that my camera is actually much lower. I'm down here to chest level. So when I'm talking, you can see my chest and more of my hands. It's more of a trust me kind of thing. Now, the last bit of it is the background. So I said clothing, camera level, lighting, and background. The background, if you are a health and fitness person, don't have something like me. I got M&Ms back there. I'm not health and fitness. I'm an executive speaking coach. I talk about, being happy and being resilient. Now, check your background. Now, I want to get into the real live stuff. And so I talked about virtual, taking the second half to talk about live, in person, when you're meeting anyone, if you're on stage, if you're walking into an office, whatever it is, going on a date. Remember these percentages. They're off, so don't go checking because the numbers are off. But to me, I'm using these numbers so that you can understand the importance of which ones I'm talking about. Remember 60, 30, 10. 60% is your body language, 30% is your vocal intonation, and only 10% is your words. Now, why do I say that? That is how we communicate. 60%, it's more like 80% or something crazy like that. But 60, 30, 10 is a nice, easy, catchy thing. You remember, I'm musical. I like to sing. So 60, 30, 10. 60% is your body language. This is more than your movement. It's how you stand. It's the confidence in your face. It's the eye contact when you walk into the room. It's how you drive into a parking lot. It's everything you do before anyone hears you speak is your body language. And it's important that you learn to understand what you do when you show up. And that's why I said it had something to do with the mindset. When you walk into a room and you're thinking, oh gosh, I'm not really ready for this, and I am so scared. There is nothing in the world that will change your face if you're thinking those thoughts. So when you walk into a room, if you walk on a stage, if you're going into on a date, if you're walking into an interview, you have to get your mindset into a mode of, I've got this. And so those of you who've ever been at any of my events, I know I've seen a couple of people here who have been at my events already, know that I always say, get a song in your head. Get a song in your head that empowers you. And the reason I say that is, have you ever been in a really bad mood or just incredibly depressed, and then I'm every woman, it's all in me, and you can't be sad anymore, and you're singing all day? That's what I'm asking for you to do. If you need to be in a room and empowered and smiling and up, listen to something that gets you feeling awesome. And what that does is it tricks your mind out of the bad mood or out of that sad emotion, whatever that other emotion was that you didn't want to be in. And it puts you in that state of mind of, oh, this is awesome. And you've got that song playing in your head, and you walk in, and actually nowadays with those little earbuds that Apple has, you could have it playing in your ear as you're walking. So you're walking with some pep. Why? Because body language is so much of how we communicate. People make judgment calls based on what they see you walking like. If you ever meet me in person, if you ever see me on stage, if you go to my website, michellemras.com, MichelleMras.com, you will see videos of me on stage and talking. I'm, yes, very animated, but two, I walk with confidence. Why? Because I always have a song in my head. I'm not always that confident. Sometimes I go into a room of 5,000 people. I'm like, I'm every woman. And I start smiling because I can't help but smile when I hear that song. Find a song that gets you happy, because it's important to show up the best version of you. You know, they say first impressions last forever. They do. So make sure your first impression, be it virtual, on camera, on live on live stage, dates, interviews, what I said, anything live, that you show up, shoulders back, chin up, singing a song in your head that keeps you happy. 30%, I said, is your vocal variety, your vocal intonation. I've met many people who have come on stage and they look so confident. And then when they get their mouth open, they do, I'm an accountant. Did you hear what that I just did? I'm an accountant. You're questioning if you're an accountant. Are you or are you not? So the thing is you've got to get that body language, that confidence that you show in your body, and get it out of your voice. That's what I specialize in as an executive speaking coach. It's that body language and that voice. Why? Because if you don't believe it, don't talk about it, because you can't hide it. You have to believe whatever you're speaking. So when you come into a room and at networking or whatever it is that you're doing, and hi, my name is Michelle Mras. I'm an executive speaking coach, global speaker, multi-time best-selling author. I have a TV show. I'm an actress, and I love to break out into Broadway songs. Do you doubt me? Of course not, because I believe it. I know it. I am it. So whatever you are, practice in front of the mirror what your face does when you do, hi, I'm whatever you say you are. Okay. So let's say I'm going to play with me being a speaker. Hi, I'm a speaker and I help other speakers become better. Do you believe me? Would you ever hire me? No, because my body language says I'm not ready. My vocal intonation and my vocal variety says this girl does not know what she's talking about. So practice in the mirror. Your body language, shoulders back, chin up. If you have to put books on your head so you can balance it, I like to do that because I'm crazy like that. You know, you put a book on your head and you balance it because it keeps you upright and ready. And then you talk in the mirror and say, my name is Michelle Mras. I'm a global speaker. I'm an executive coach. You see? And then that way you learn to talk with conviction. When you go to networking meetings, you've heard other people do that. Well, and I charged, $10,000. No, you don't, because you can't say it and look me in the eye. Learn to say the things you must be able to say with conviction. You know it. It's you. And if you have something that you want to say, but you're unsure of it, change the dialogue so that you can say it truthfully. Believe it with all your heart and soul, because whatever you're doing is your business. You are your business. You are your brand. So you are the body language that shows what you do. Your voice is the vocal variety and intonation of what you do. So shift your mindset to go be the best version of you unapologetically. If you need help with that, go find me. I gave you my website. It's michellemras.com, michellemras.com. I have courses, I've got all that stuff, but I have a lot of free videos just all over YouTube. And then I do podcasts, and I also have my TV show out of the Philippines and Zandra TV. So I train all the time, and it's usually free. So just go find me and go work on this mindset that you have. Now, why is Michelle so into mindset? Well, because I'll tell you that in a minute. 60-30. Remember I said 10% was only the words? The reason I say 10% is only the words is because if your body language doesn't show it, your intonation or your vocal variety doesn't prove it, no one's going to listen to you. You must get the 60 and the 30 down so you can get the important words that you work so hard to put together heard. So 60-30-10. And if you really, really, really want it, write me, find me on social media. I'm the only Michelle Mras that looks like this. And or go to my website and say, hey, Michelle, I saw you on the WYN conference. Can you send me that your little flyer for 60-30-10? Matter of fact, I think it's the free download on my website. So go check it out. Now, the reason why I do 60-30-10 and why I'm so passionate about owning and amplifying your influence is because you are your brand. You are the influence for your business, everything, your personal life. If you're looking for a life partner, everything it is you. How did I learn this? Well, back in 2014, I was running political campaigns. I helped politicians win. That's what I do. I fix them, I fix their words, and I push them out on stage, and I help them look good. Now I help business owners and people who want to go on the TEDx stage and beyond look good, confine their message so that they can go out into the world, say what they need to say briefly, concisely, and with power. I help people get their speeches down to 3 minutes to expand it to 4. Why am I so passionate about that? Because when in 2014 I ran political campaigns and wrote for political people, I was in a car accident. And in that car accident, I lost 4 areas of my brain: frontal lobe, over my left ear, back of my head, 2 hemispheres disconnected. I was trapped in my body for 2 years and 3 months, analyzing everything I never allowed myself to do, beating myself up for all the times I played small. And I promised God and the universe that if I was ever allowed out of this box trapped that I was in, that I would let the world know what I had learned while I was trapped in my mind. This is what I learned. Life is too short to play small. If you have a goal, you have to go out there and do it bravely, because the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to be where you are right now. The best thing that's going to happen is you're going to go get what you want. You'll be a little bit closer. Watch my TEDx. I go really deep into it. So I learned, if you have a goal, go get it, but be flexible on how you go there. Life is like a GPS. Sometimes you've got a road, but as soon as you're on that road, it detours you left and then right. Either way, you're going to eventually get there. Don't fight the process. Go where you need to go to make it to that goal. Number 2, eat dessert first. What I mean is, don't sit around eating eclairs. No, I say eat dessert first, as in the little things in life, like enjoying your job, enjoying what you do for a living. That's one of the little things. Taking time for yourself to breathe, like Lisa said earlier. Breathe, smile, laugh. Don't take the world so seriously that you don't want to wake up in the morning. Why do I say that? Because I know what it feels like to die. And I did not like it, and I did not like all the regrets I had. So, number one, do you remember? Life is like a GPS. Have a goal, but be flexible on how you get there. Number two, do you remember that? Eat dessert first. Life is too short to put restrictions on when you're going to be happy. Be happy now. Be happy as you're going to go get happier, whatever you're doing, but enjoy life. And number three, the differences between a rut and a grave are the dimensions. It's a quote by Ellen Glasgow. If you are doing the same thing every day and wondering why things aren't changing, Einstein says it's the definition of insanity. But what I say, as Ellen Glasgow says, you're building the dimensions of your grade. You keep doing the same thing every day. You're just getting deeper and deeper in a hole. You must step out ever so slightly to find something new. If you go to my website, if you go look at some of my older videos, Google my name. I'm like the first 7 pages of Google. You will see that I have transformed over the past 4 years. I've been battling breast cancer, and I have shifted my life. I have went from 389 pounds, you'll see that in my TEDx if you go look for my videos, 389 pounds to the woman I am today. I didn't overnight say, I'm going to stop eating everything. I'm going to exercise for 3 hours. I'm going to only drink water. I didn't do all that in one big blow. I said, one little step, one little change every day. And one little change added to another little change every day. Next thing I knew, I walked years and dropped hundreds of pounds. Be kind to yourself. Look in the mirror and love yourself every day. You're like, what is she talking about? Her title of her talk was about amplifying your influence. I am. You see, the most powerful influence you have is here and here. And if you cannot control the influence of yourself, how will you influence anyone else in the world? Be it if you're selling a widget, raising children, representing a company, or a speaker on stage. If you can't influence you, who are you really influencing? So all these things I talked about being that 60-30-10 that you bring on the virtual world or in the live world, it all comes back to the mindset of who are you? If you do not believe in you, work on it. Go be the best version of you. There are so many things that you can do to grow yourself as a person, as a business, any skill set you need, just YouTube it. Heck, I just fixed my dryer because I YouTubed it and fixed it. The world is our oyster so that we can learn it. My biggest quote that I love to say, and it's all about influencing here and here. It's by Maya Angelou. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. What is your mission in life? And if it does not encompass being a happy person and bringing love and joy into the world, I want to reevaluate what you do. Because if you're waking up upset, if you're waking up nervous and scared, reevaluate your life. Because in order to amplify your influence, you must amplify the confidence and the love you have for yourself. Show up as the best you every day. Show up. Go keep being the best you, and one little change every day, like me, will end up to be miles and miles of things that you would never have thought I could have done at the age of 54. But here I am. I invite you to join me, find me. I travel around a lot. So if you follow me on my website or if you follow me on social media, it's always Michelle Mras, or it might say Dr. Michelle Mras. I'm a new doctor. Follow me. And if I come into your part of the world, come see me. I'll be doing a United States East Coast tour very, very soon. Thank you, Margie. And Selena, thank you. And I will also be in Africa in June next year. I think I'll be in the Philippines shortly after. So Oh, and I'll be in Fiji in March. So wherever you are in the world, we can meet. I travel a lot. So find me, michellemoross.com. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I've got like 3 more minutes. I'll love to answer them. And it's been an absolute joy to speak to you today. I've got, I think, 16 books. So if you look me up, you'll see a lot of them. Oh, I'm probably going to knock my entire shelf down. This is my most recent book, Hold My Crown, Women of Grit Share Stories of Resilience. It was on Times Square in New York. And I've got a couple other books coming out soon too. So please connect with me. I would love to hear from you. And I know there's like a lot of you on here. You can't be that quiet, are you? So if you have any questions and if you don't want to write them in the chat, write me. I am one of the rare people who will actually answer. So please do. I'm all over social media. If you just go to my website, I have a brain injury, remember? So everything is on my website. What is the one thing you would share with people to push through that hesitation? Do you like being where you are? Do you like being stuck where you are? The biggest motivation for you is to know that you don't want to be where you are. So move just a little bit. Wiggle it just a little bit, just a little bit. And you'll notice that every little change will add up soon. So just keep doing those one little changes every day. Thank you for the question. Hi, Melinda.
Hi, Mitchell. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. So I really like the way you presented, and I can say that yeah, life is like a GPS. That's true. So thank you so much for the fantastic presentation. Yes, you have already answered the question posted by Margie. So, and if you want to rate the speaker presentation, Michelle Mras, you can go to the messages tab and you can poll our favorite speaker, Michelle Mras, and. And we do have another event coming up in March 8th and 9th. You know where it is? You know where it is, guys? It is in Paris. It is in
Oh,
Paris. So
yes.
exciting. Yes. So let's register for Paris event and let's have some more fun. Thank you so much, Michelle. So have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.